My name is Stuart McBride. I'm here today to talk about the latest trends and technologies being used in the food processing industry from Scandex Systems. I would also like to share some knowledge with you about projects where we have gone specifically to certain customers working on a stringent business case in order to assist them with software development and deployment, which can really enhance the overall profitability of their business. With our ScanPlant platform for manufacturing execution system, we have many processes solutions that we cover, as you can see here. If you're in the food processing industry, then maybe you've heard about MES, or these manufacturing execution systems. It's our experience that not everyone really understands what it actually is, what it means, and what it's used for. At its core, a manufacturing execution system is a software platform for gathering data on the shop floor that's actually used for executing sales orders through a production process. Many processors today are on a journey of digitalization to ensure the future of their business, and this is where we come into play with our ScanPlant new generation software platform. In each of the sections presented here, I would like to share some knowledge with you on how we helped specific customers increase their margins and cut costs to significantly overall increase the profitability of their business. Before we get into the bones of this part is the general section, and here is a general agenda of the items which we will cover. I would like to tell you a little bit about what Scanvect is today and an overall overview of the company, what it is we believe in, and what it is all these drivers towards digitization and Industry 4.0 is all about. What does this mean for food processors? What does it mean for our customers? How can we show some examples about how we cut these costs and increase margins? Okay. So, to start with, who are we at Scandex Systems? Well, if you're in the food processing industry, you'll probably know that Scandex has a strong historical background. And we want to continue this with future support and market penetration through our customers by strengthening and complementing the total solution offering to our customers within the food processing industry. We want to support this by developing, marketing, and implementing innovative and standard best-in-class solutions. Our solutions must cover simple solutions from standalone boxing solutions, for example, to full-line integrated solutions. And to that end, we want to work in an open environment with business partners that can help us put these systems together. Scanvect has a very strong reputation for service and support to our customers, and we want to continue to deliver to offer this fantastic support all the way through from pre-sales, through product implementation, and of course, to after-sales service and support. Before we really get into the bones of this, let me just ask a simple question. So, what does software algorithms, X-rays, 3D lasers, ultrasound technology, all this digital transformation, or indeed the Internet of Things, have anything to do with the actual food that we produce and get on our plates? The simple answer is everything. Today, food processing is a high-tech industry that uses advanced software and hardware systems to ensure that food gets from its origin to our dinner plates, top quality, and of course, obeying to all of the food safety regulations that must be in place. Today, the time it takes to get fresh food produce from its origin to our dinner plates through the supermarket chains is getting shorter and shorter. And thereby it's crucial that food processors measure the key performance indicators to help them drive efficiency and improvements, and indeed to enhance their own business. So with this great challenge to get this food to our plates very quickly, it's increasingly important that we use software and systems. This is a global trend. Many of us today are in the market, and many of our customers or even consumers may ask, why do we need to have this focus on digital transformation? Well, we believe, again, the answer is very simple. If you want to future-proof your business, then digital transformation is of paramount importance. In our minds, there is also no doubt that consumer demands are driving this need for digitalization. Today, our typical eating habits are under great change. This relates to many of us working remotely or many of us working from home today. And this entire process is changing the way we actually buy our food products. In the cases which I can refer to through these sessions, these processors came to us because they were unsure about their yield numbers were accurate in the processes. They perhaps had no real-time overview of their actual performance in the production until it was way too late. These companies also typically deliver products through retail supermarkets, and this means that they experience a very large amount of complexity regarding order management. The traceability processes were typically based on a never-ending paper trail, which meant huge work for quality control staff through audits and the time it takes to produce a track and trace report. With our systems, we can significantly reduce this time frame. So the next question is, these typical challenges, do any of these ring a bell to you? It's important to understand the drivers for this digital transformation. The main driver for this is due to an EU directive reflected in the fourth industrial revolution, which is known as Industry 4.0. This is also known to us normal consumers as the Internet of Things. You may have heard about this, you may have not, but I'm very willing to believe that you're already playing a major part of it. We all have smartphones today that may be connected to a watch. They may be connected to some systems you have at home regarding stereo sound, or indeed a smart television, or even a camera. And all of these things are being integrated and connected to one another. In the manufacturing industries, the industrial Internet of Things is very much the same. Many of all these devices must start to connect to one another and start producing data, so as the data starts to assist in the decision making. For example, this could be that a packing line on one part of the factory is producing certain products, and a packing line on another area is producing something else. These systems must be able to exchange data in order to ensure that they're creating the right products at the right speed. And for example, if one line goes offline or it stops, the other line should automatically speed up, if possible, in order to make up the loss. We believe that by having control with our ScanPlant system here is very crucial to help this decision-making process. This is how a typical IT architecture looks when we visit some of our customers. There is many different IT platforms for various functionalities and departments. The main challenge here is that typically none of these systems are actually integrated or actually communicate with one another. This industrial Internet of Things and business intelligence will change all of this. Food processors are moving in this direction, and here is the typical wish list. Predicting or forecasting the future business state can be crucial, and a good example of this is where production planners may automatically be presented with a production plan based on stock holdings for specific raw material which matches current sales orders. Or indeed, a packing or labeling line that automatically starts to demand product from a specific inventory location to start filling an order without human intervention. These systems also must start to give data back to maintenance people, also to ensure that lines are constantly maintained and we can predict the future for downtimes. So in the coming cases, which I will cover, we have proposed and implemented our ScanPlant MES platform to cover the digital transformation to cover most of these areas. We with ScanPlant have specialized in a combination of connecting to machines to gather, but also to collect data ourselves within specific processes. By doing this, we can ensure that ScanPlant is a major decision-making tool so that we can change in production in real time to ensure that productivity and effectiveness are kept at an optimum level. In the production area, there are already vast amounts of data that we can start to collect through all of these areas. This may be a mixture of data that is provided through fixed machines, devices, scales, etc. However, it can also be data which you can capture yourself. For example, production stop times, production stop reasons, or quality control checks or deviations. The data that can come from other software platforms such as ERP systems or SCADA systems, this can also be collected. At the same time, when connecting these processes through data, we can also report very specifically on the traceability to support recall needs or quality control audits. When we work with our customers, we typically like to start with a process diagram to agree and determine the scope and the ultimate success criteria for their projects in every case. So, what does all this mean for you? So the ultimate goal here is that we can assist our customers to increase margins or cut cost by using data. We believe that food processors who apply data-driven business will be the winners of tomorrow. ScanVic, we work together with our customers to share knowledge regarding the business to be able to put a business plan together based on payback calculations that make sense for particular savings to areas of the business. For this particular case, we were in strong partnership and we assisted this customer increase their margins and cost cutting by measuring real-time yield results and reducing giveaway. This also helps them utilize the raw material in a more profitable way, and this has a major factor in increasing their margin on premium products. So we help them by automating the production planning to cut time used in preparing the production plan. Earlier, they may be used 5 or 6 hours, and by using our ScanPlant software, they could significantly reduce this to around an hour and a half. At the same way, many tasks have been digitized with the result being time used better elsewhere by personnel. So it's not always about removing people, it's about moving people to other areas. More precise planning has also reduced reworking complaints and returns from customers. We have also significantly assisted them in controlling their stock holdings. This affects the shelf life of the products, especially premium products. And this has also helped them protect their company's good name and strong reputation in the market. Here is a typical example of a specific process at goods reception, where we analyzed the current process, then we digitized the process applying our ScanPlant solution. Not only did we significantly reduce working hours in the area, but it completely optimized the raw material reception and the put away process, so as we know exactly what we received, at what quality, in what amount, and then where we put it in the stock to optimize the whole process. That was very significant. Real-time dashboarding was also designed and set up to create value for them by knowing the current business state, as you saw earlier. See an example here where actual weights are matched against expected yield weights, and this highlights that small deviations can cost large amounts on the bottom line at the end of any day. Real-time viewing is so crucial to identify these deviations that they happen, and thereby they will able to make immediate changes to get the numbers back on track. It wasn't about looking at the data tomorrow because it's way too late. Here is an example of what we helped them with achieve secondary processing. Effective within this area is decisive for profit and loss on the production floor. With ScanPlant, we provided planning tools for the production scheduling to determine in primal parts for cutting and deboning as precisely as possible. The solution can further provide permanent target actual comparisons directly to the operator's specific performance assessment. It's crucial to reduce giveaway in the secondary processing. Here we implemented a field-proven method by utilizing ScanPlant for online monitoring with permanent target against actual comparisons directly at the primal cutting line. The central control trail instrument is weighed precisely at the cutting entry for primal parts and exit with accurate tray weighing of specific products ready for the next destination. On the one hand, this facilitates control of cutting yields, thus providing a documented basis for renegotiations with the supplier. For example, if lean meat content does not meet the correct requirements, then it can give this to the producer a strong negotiation tool. On the other hand, the entry enables employee-specific performance to be assessed and monitored. And this can give a great impact regarding the payment of bonuses, the actual performance of butchers on the line. The next step for this producer actually will be to further define the business case to ensure that primal product and trim are weighed and registered and sent to a specific operator for a specific recipe on any given line at any given time. As we continue to work on the business case, it was clear that traceability, quality control, and time spent on specific performances were crucial to measure. ScanPlant can provide automation for low-cost, end-of-line, and outbound logistics solutions. In this particular case, investments in ScanPlant automated logistics system paid off quickly. ScanPlant controlled automation solutions can significantly contribute to increased throughput and lead times, increasing delivery, readiness, and cutting costs. This is all about having a state-of-the-art logistics components such as advanced box labeling systems and storage help our customers get a grip on the growing product and ranges and fluctuation for sales. On top of this, this producer could further implement hygiene conditions significantly, and more all components at the end of line could be implemented, such as all processes concerning order picking, shipping, the building of pallets, and the whole final dispatch process, ensuring it was all linked together. All in all, this meant more productivity, more profitability, and better quality and lower contamination risk for the whole area. So working together with this customer in a strong partnership, sharing knowledge, working on the product together, the customer here taking huge responsibility for the deployment and for the project management of the solution itself, really paid back for them and showed them a significant increase in their overall business. This was the general part here. I hope you found it interesting. Have a look at some of the other parts we have. Thank you.